The gods do not take the living. Baba Obasi hides behind lies.
She raised her chin, her blue braids swaying like a banner of defense. I'm not afraid, she said, her voice echoing through the village, and I will not be silenced. I do not believe the gods speak through you, Baba Obasi, she said, her voice calm but firm. I've heard the whispers in the wind, the songs of the birds. They tell me the truth. The gods do not wish to bind us with fear. They want us to live free. Kamsi was not like the other girls in the village often say. She had dreams, a strange vivid dreams, that felt more real than daylight. In them she saw flashes of blue rivers, turning red, trees, whispering secrets, and a masked figure watching from the shadows. Her bright blue braided hair made her stand out, and some villagers whispered that she was cursed. Others said she was chosen. Her mother warned her, hide your dreams, child. The elders fear what they do not understand. But Kamsi's dream grew stronger, and so did her curiosity. The village elder, Baba Obasi, ruled with iron will. His words was law, and no one dared to question him. He claimed he could speak to the gods through the sacred mask, an ancient relic said to hold a terrible power. Once every season, Baba Obasi would enter the shrine wearing the mask, and when he emerged, someone from the village would mysteriously disappear. Their families told they had offended the gods. Kamsi's best friend, Kemi, was the latest to vanish. One day she was laughing in the sun, and the next, her family was weeping. The villagers accepted it in silence, as they always did, but Kamsi could not. Her dream showed her Kemi trapped in a dark place beneath the shrine. She knew it wasn't just a dream, it was a vision. Her heart pounded every time she saw Baba Obasi. She knew he was hiding something dark. One afternoon, as the sun blazed high, Kamsi finally spoke out during a gathering. Where is Kemi? She shouted. The gods do not take the living. Baba Obasi hides behind lies. Gasps filled the air. Baba Obasi's face twisted in fury. He pointed at Kamsi, his finger shaking with rage. How dare you challenge the gods? You will bring a curse upon us all. But in that moment, Kamsi knew the real cause was the silence that gripped the people, and she was done being silent. Kamsi stood with her hands on her hips, her deep brown skin glowing in the sunlight, her bright blue hair woven into thick braids shimmer under the daylight, adorned with cowrie shells that jingled with every movement. Her eyes filled with confidence shone as she stared down the old man before her. He was tall and frail, with dark wrinkled skin that spoke of many years lived in the sun. His white beard, thick and untamed, framed his sharp face. His eyes were intense, filled with both wisdom and anger. He took a step forward, pointing a gnarled finger at Kamsi. The elders have spoken, and you cannot go against the will of the gods. The villagers has gathered around them, watching in silence, sensing the tension in the air. The old man, known as Baba Obasi, was the village spiritual leader, revered and feared by all. He had the power to speak with the spirit, or so he claimed. But Kamsi wasn't afraid. I do not believe the gods speak through you, Baba Obasi, she said. I've heard the whispers in the wind, the song of the birds. They tell me the truth. The gods do not wish to bind us with fear. They want us to live free. A murmur of surprise rippled through the crowd. The old man's eyes widened, and his fingers tightened around the staff he was holding. His expression turned to one of fury. How dare you challenge me? He roared. You are nothing but a child, and yet you think you can understand the divine. You will pay for this insolence. The air seemed to crackle with tension as the villagers held their breath. Baba Obasi's eyes darted to the sky, seeking something beyond the clouds, as if calling upon the powers he claimed to control. But Kamsi wasn't done. She stepped forward, her blue braids swinging with each movement. I will not be your puppet, she said, her voice strong. The gods are not your slaves. We must find our own path, not live in fear of a power that only seeks to control us. The elderly man's face turned deep shade of red. His hand trembled as he pointed at her again. You are cursed, he shouted. The spirits will punish you for this disrespect. Kamsi took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment settling around her. But she could feel something stirring within her. The wind, the earth, the people, they were all connected. She could almost hear the voices of her ancestors calling out to her, urging her to be bold. Just as the tension reached its peak, a sudden gust of wind swept through the village, causing the bright-colored houses to flutter like the wings of a bird. And Baba Obasi stumbled back, his eyes darting nervously. The wind howled again, stronger this time, as if answering her call. The villagers exchanged uncertain glances, torn between the power of the old man and the strength of Kamsi's spirit. Baba Obasi's anger faded into something akin to fear. The power he had always relied on seemed to waver, his connection to divine glowing weaker by the second. You cannot, he stammered. But Kamsi didn't wait for him to finish. She turned, leaving the crowd in stunned silence. As she walked back to the heart of the village, her heart was full of resolve. She had spoken the truth, and nothing would make her turn back now. But in the distance, Baba Obasi's voice echoed. The gods have heard you, Kamsi, but beware the curse you have brought upon yourself. Kamsi didn't look back. The village was hers now, and she would not let fear rule her future. The wind howled again, and for the first time in a long while, the village felt alive. That night, everything changed. Kamsi couldn't sleep. Her vision became stronger. This time, it led her to the shrine. Driven by fear and courage tangled together, she crept out while the village slept and slipped inside the forbidden place. The walls were lined with old bones and faded carvings. In the center, the sacred mat sat on a pedestal, glowing faintly in the dark. But there was no god here, only shadows and chains. And in the corner, chained and weak, was Kemi. Tears filled Kamsi's eyes. Her dreams had been true. Baba Obasi has been using the mask to control people, feeding them lies, while he sacrificed the missing villagers to keep his power strong. But before she could free Kemi, Baba Obasi appeared, his face twisted with rage. You will kneel, girl. The gods demand it. Kamsi's heart thundered. But instead of fear, a strange calm filled her. She remembered her mother's words. The gods are within, not above. She stepped forward, her blue braids shining like flames in the dim light, her blue eyes shifting from light to dark. No more, she whispered. And then, in a moment that felt like the earth itself held its breath, she grabbed the mask and smashed it to the ground. A terrible wind roared through the shrine, and Baba Obasi screamed as if something inside him was breaking. The mask shattered, and the spell over the village cracked with it. The next morning, the sun rose on a different village. The people woke from their long sleep of fear and confusion. They found Kemi and the other missing ones weak but alive. But Baba Obasi was gone. Some said he was swallowed by the spirit he once claimed to control. Kamsi stood before the people, her heart pounding, but her spirit unbroken. She had defied the elder, broken the mask, and freed her friend. But more than that, she had freed her people from the invisible chain they had worn for years. From that day on, the village of Nse no longer fear false gods. They honor the real spirits of nature, the river, the trees, and the wind. And Kamsi, the girl with the blue braids, shifting blue eyes, and brave heart, became a legend, whispered from one child to another. Kamsi spoke when no one else would, and everything changed. If you believe in bravery and truth, hit the like button and subscribe for more African stories that inspires a new generation.